Have you ever watched a penguin, standing alone at the edge of the vast, icy expanse? It seems so still, so solitary. In our world, a world that shouts for constant connection, for likes, shares, and endless chatter, this image of solitude can feel unsettling. We're taught that being alone is a problem to be solved, a void to be filled. But what if we've got it all wrong? What if that penguin, in its profound stillness, holds a secret we've forgotten? A secret about the incredible power found not in the crowd, but in the quiet spaces of our own company. Today, we're going on a journey, not to the Antarctic, but inward. We're going to explore why embracing solitude isn't about being lonely, but about being deeply, authentically connected with the most important person in your life, yourself. It asks about understanding that genuine self-awareness and resilience are unforged in the noise of the world, but cultivated in the deliberate, powerful quiet of introspection. This isn't about running away from the world. It's about finding the strength within yourself to engage with it more meaningfully. Think about your daily life. From the moment your alarm blares, you're bombarded. Notifications ping, emails demand replies, social media feeds scroll endlessly. We are masters of distraction. We fill every spare second with a podcast, a video, a conversation. Why? Often, it's because the silence feels empty, even scary. It's in that silence that the questions we've been avoiding start to surface. Am I happy? Am I on the right path? Who am I really, when no one else is watching? These are not easy questions, and our culture of constant busyness gives us the perfect excuse to never have to answer them. We chase external validation, the next promotion, the next compliment, the next social gathering, believing that these things will define us, will make us whole. But this is like trying to see your reflection in a stormy sea. The image is always shifting, distorted by the waves of other people's opinions and expectations. The penguin, on the other hand, stands by the calm, frozen water. It has an unfiltered view. Solitude offers us this same clarity. When we intentionally step away from the external noise, we create a space for our inner voice to finally be heard. It's in these moments of quiet reflection that the pieces of our lives begin to connect. You might start to notice patterns in your behavior, understand the roots of your anxieties, or rediscover a passion you'd long forgotten because you were too busy to listen to its whispers. This process is what psychologists call introspection. It's not just aimless daydreaming. It's an active conscious examination of your own thoughts and feelings. It's like being a detective in the case of your own life. You look at the clues, your reactions, your desires, your fears, and you start to piece together the story of you. This isn't about navel-gazing or self-obsession. It's about self-stewardship. It's about taking responsibility for your own inner world. And here's where resilience comes in. Resilience isn't about never falling down. It's about how you get back up. When your sense of self is built on a foundation of external validation, a single gust of criticism or failure can knock you over completely. You're fragile because your identity is outsourced. But when you've spent time in solitude, when you've built a strong relationship with yourself, you develop an inner core of stability. You know your worth isn't determined by your job title or your relationship status. You know your strengths and, just as importantly, you accept your weaknesses. You've sat with your own thoughts, even the uncomfortable ones, and you've learned that you can survive them. This self-knowledge becomes your anchor in the storms of life. When challenges arise, you don't just react from a place of panic. You can retreat to that quiet inner space, consult with your true self, and respond with intention and wisdom. You become less like a leaf blown about by the wind and more like a deeply rooted tree. Let's be clear, this is not a call to become a hermit. Human connection is vital. Our relationships give our lives richness and meaning. The goal isn't to replace connection with solitude, but to enhance it. Think of it like this: you can't pour from an empty cup. Time spent alone is how you refill your cup. When you are more in tune with yourself, you show up as a better friend, a more present partner, a more empathetic colleague. You're not seeking validation from others because you've already found it within. Your interactions become less about what you can get, and more about what you can genuinely give. You listen better because you're not just waiting for your turn to speak. You connect more deeply because you're operating from a place of authenticity, not performance. So, how do we start? How do we, in our hyper-connected world, begin to embrace this deliberate stillness? It starts small. You don't need to book a silent retreat for a month. Start with 5 minutes. Find a time in your day, maybe in the morning before anyone else is awake, or during your lunch break, and just be. No phone, no music, no books. Just you and your thoughts. At first it will feel strange. Your mind will race. You'll be tempted to grab your phone. That's normal. Your brain is conditioned for distraction. The practice is to gently bring your attention back to the present moment, back to yourself. Just notice. Notice the sounds around you. Notice the feeling of your breath. Notice the thoughts that float by without judgment. Think of yourself as an observer, watching the clouds in your mind pass by. As you get more comfortable, you can extend the time. Maybe you take a solo walk in nature, leaving your headphones at home. Maybe you dedicate one evening a week to a quiet hobby: painting, writing, simply sitting with a cup of tea and looking out the window. The activity itself doesn't matter as much as the intention behind it. To create a space free from external input, a sanctuary for your own mind. This is the deliberate stillness the penguin embodies. It's not a passive waiting, it's an active state of being. It's in this stillness that we find our footing. It's where we untangle the knots of our own confusion, heal our own wounds, and discover the quiet, unshakable strength that has been inside us all along. True wisdom doesn't come from a relentless chase. It emerges from the silence, from the courage to be alone, and the curiosity to find out who we are when we get there. So I invite you to find your own patch of ice. Find that small moment of stillness in your day. Don't be afraid of the quiet. Lean into it. Listen to what it has to tell you. You might be surprised at the profound wisdom, resilience, and genuine self-understanding you find waiting there for you. It's a journey that costs nothing but a little bit of your time, and the reward is nothing less than yourself. Thank you so much for joining me on this reflection today. If this idea resonated with you, I'd love to hear about your own experiences with solitude in the comments below. And if you'd like to explore more ideas about living a more intentional life, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you in the next video.